Hi boys and girls, it's me Butch. My name is Terry David Silvercloud. Not native, it just sounds that way. I'm 78 years old. Today is Saturday the 27th of May 2023. I'm down here at English Bay, Vancouver in the late evening. It must be 8 by now. I've been here for a while. So I want to try to make a quick video. I'm not known for being short. I talk and talk and talk about Hoberman spheres. This is a Hoberman sphere. You can see, you've probably seen them around. There's big ones, small ones, kids' toys, that sort of thing. So it was invented back in I believe 1958 by Chuck Hoberman, I guess his name was. If I got it wrong, I apologize, Chuck. I think your last name is Hoberman, that's how the guy's name. And he patented it and then turned it into toys, or somebody did. But people like myself who are into particle physics thought, that's kind of neat. That opens up all kinds of interesting things. So if you look at it carefully, if you look at the joint, it's based on the scissors concept, where you have an axis and 1, 2, 3, 4 other thingies, and it can be levered, which is very handy. So you could possibly make spheres where you had long bits and short bits, and other people have played around with the Hoberman sphere. I discovered that a while back and I thought I'd share that with you. A couple of guys, I hope I got this right. If I didn't, I'll get their names and everything in the description below, and I'll put them in the credits when I throw this together. They put together an animated GIF of a Hoberman, more like a Hoberman cube, which could change shapes as a shapeshifter sort of thing. And it was supposedly constructed, even though it's done in drawing form, with a strand of DNA. So the DNA forms all these little scissor type joints to form this much larger shape, which can go from being sort of a cube shape to, you can see what it is because I'm going to edit this video, and right about now I should be throwing it in so you can actually see it somewhere in this screen. I'll put it in OBS, Open Broadcast Software. I'll probably throw this together. But when I saw that, aside from being interested in playing with Hoberman spheres, it reminded me of shapes I talk about in a book I wrote 15 years ago or so, and self-published, complete with a few typos and stuff. I didn't have much money at the time, and I'd been working on it for a couple of years, and I wasn't well. I figured out what's wrong with me, or my doctors have, and I do hormone replacement therapy. My problems were all hormonal, apparently. Who knew? The doctors back then didn't. So I got fixed, and where am I? So I wrote this book and self-published it, and because I'm into Einstein kind of stuff and particle physics, I was busy trying to find a way to put some of my deep thoughts about the structure of the universe into some kind of book that somebody somewhere might read and sort of go, aha. Other people might say, what the hell is this? So most people would probably say, what the hell is this? But I think it's an interesting book, and you can read it for free at the moment while I'm alive at theshapeofgod.com. You can download a PDF or actually read it right there, either or you can buy a copy of the book from all kinds of places, including Amazon. If you just look for The Shape of God by Terry David Silvercloud, that's me Butch. I'm Terry David Silvercloud. That's my book, and you can buy a copy for around $28 US plus whatever shipping they charge you, and I'll probably get $1 or $2 out of that eventually. One of these days they'll send me a check for whatever I get, $2 or something. If you sell lots of books, you can make lots of money. You don't make much on one book. So I'm not pushing my book hard. I actually give it away if you want, complete with typos and all. It's an interesting read if you're one of those intellectual types. So in the basis of it, because I'm going to shut up, I've already gone on too long, is when I started writing the book, I was looking at ancient signs and stuff, and I noticed that the Kaaba in Mecca, which was out in the middle of nowhere until people sort of just caught on to it again about 150 years ago, there's this cube-shaped building out in the middle of nowhere by an oasis called Zamzam, which is mentioned in the Bible, and it's also mentioned in the Quran. Abraham and Ishmael built the house and blessed it. That's from the Quran. And in the Bible, Abraham ditches his slave wife when his real wife gets pregnant or something like that, and they go off and he kicks his foot in the sand and up gushes this water. It's sort of the same, based on the same sort of story from the Bible and from the Quran. But anyhow, the Kaaba is a cube. That's weird. And then I noticed that the Holy of Holies in the first and second temples was also a cube. It's in the Bible. It's like, what was it? 20 cubits by 20 cubits by 20 cubits. So it was about 30 feet by 30 feet by 30 feet. And the Kaaba has got to be between 30 and 50 feet cube. Why? And then when I was coming up with my own theory about the nature of reality, and that it really needed to be some kind of substance whose only quality was that it repelled itself. The gravity is, I don't want to get too complicated here, but I came up with my own theory about reality, and so like all particle physicists, I started looking for a fundamental shape, and like most physicists, you get down to your basic tetrahedron, and it could be made of 4 triangular plates, or it could be solid or whatever. But in chemistry and physics and everything, it's neat to have something that can be joined together and can so conveniently expand and contract and still be together, because when you're dealing with all kinds of molecules and atoms that expand and contract, this must be almost exactly how they do it, with some sort of Hoberman spherish kind of connectivity, which is easy to see when you understand how the outer shells of atoms are important by the number of electrons they hold. You know, they sometimes have just a couple, sometimes they're just missing a couple, and the ones that are just missing a couple get together with the other atoms that have a couple too many, and that's how they actually join together and stay together. They start sharing their orbits, and by being stuck together, they conserve energy in time and space and form matter. See how I go on and on? But anyhow, if you draw an X on every surface of a cube, you will have outlined 2 tetrahedrons. There'll be 2 tetrahedrons. I think I'm saying it right. 2 tetrahedrons. Starting to confuse whether I should be using singular or plural, but they're intersected, and they would be recognized by Jewish people as a Star of Merkaba, or a Solomon's Star, or a Seal of Solomon. So inside every cube you can find 2 intersecting tetrahedra, which are regular tetrahedrons. And by drawing an X on the surface of a cube, you will have outlined that shape. And then when I saw the GIF, which you should be seeing right about now when I'm editing this video, you will see like Oh, that's sort of interesting too. And I will show you also right about now a couple of drawings from my book, The Shape of God. And because I go on and on and on like a dripping tap, I'm just going to leave it, that you can go check out my book, theshapeofgod.com, and see what that's all about. I'm an atheist. I don't believe in gods. But while I'm alive, I'm 78, nearly 79. The website will be there for a while, and you can download it for free, and the book will probably be available to buy long after I'm dead in all kinds of places. Originally published by Trafford Publishing, so you can get it from Trafford or all kinds of other places now. So I'm going to reach around behind the camera here. I'm at English Bay, close to sunset, and it's a bit breezy, a bit cool. I'm in my CK off-the-shelf wrestler singlet in size extra large. I'm 6'2", 188 pounds. So it's a tiny bit snug, but not bad. CK wrestler singlet. So I'm going to see the red light. We're still recording. So I'm going to reach around behind the camera and say bye-bye from Butch. You're going to see my long arm coming out here.